and certain numbers we do. But then you know what I hear? I would have a wife saying that we want to increase our contribution to Shama Higher Education Equity Fund. The commitment level is much, much more because the entire family is committed. They are more concerned about achieving that goal. In fact, look at it completely different manner. And I'm going to slightly digress and come back to this. Why do people, and I'm digressing from my topic, but I'm going to come back. Why do people always want to know which is the best performing fund, what will happen to economy, what will happen to Greece, what will happen to rupee, what will Modi do? Because they have not defined their internal condition. They have not defined their financial goals, which is internal, and hence they want to look at external conditions. But are we really saving for those external conditions or our internal conditions? Imagine a situation if your son has to get married in 3 months' time and you tell him, बेटे ये 3 महीने की शादी है ना, 1 साल बाद में कर लेना, इन्फोसिस का बोनस आने वाला है. Can that really happen? If you have to fulfill your goal, you'll fulfill your goal. Whether Greece goes up or down, or whether the US goes topsy-turvy. If our expectant daughter has come home, can parents say that, just defer your delivery by 3 months more because we are expecting equity market to go up? Can that happen? Doesn't it sound really ridiculous? We have to fulfill our goals, but the goal setting creates havoc, so we don't end up doing, and hence we want to know what's going to happen in external conditions. We want to know what's happening, buy, sell and hold. Every time a question comes on a TV show, I don't get that because I don't comment on specific scheme and whatever, but every time that question on buy, sell and hold question comes, which only means that the person has invested that money without deciding financial goals. But hence I'm saying do this activity. Take a photograph, put your goals, start naming those investments. And then what happens to market is irrelevant. In fact, let's look at another situation. If you are doing an SIP into Shama Higher Education Equity Fund, for which you require money after 10 years. Now, you're very clear that this SIP money is needed after 10 years. And for 10 or 15 days, equity market was to fall. How many of you all will panic? No one will panic. Because you know you require that money after 10 years. That goal has been decided based on your circumstances. But if you have not done that, and you invested because neighbor invested, because that Mr. Kumar invested, then what will happen? Then all this anxiety comes in mind. Why does that anxiety come? Because you made investment or you did your financial plan based on external conditions. In fact, all financial plans are not financial plans, they are spending plans. Right, wrong? Think about it. Why do we earn money? Why do we borrow money? Why do we invest to spend at later date or pass it on to next generation who will spend? So eventually all financial plans are spending plans. And if I go back to scripture, and again I'm digressing a little bit, but all our spendings are dependent on that fear, greed, anxiety, insecurity. If you put in scripture's term, calm, krodh, moh, lobh, all that. So eventually it's coming down to, it's a mind which is doing it. But all our spending, these are all spending plans. And the moment you made list of financial goals, the entire situation is changing so drastically differently for you. The family's commitment, all these anxieties, market upar gaya, niche gaya, because the investment is made. You require money after 10 years, 10 days or 15 days of stock market falling is not going to matter. Look at other way around. Let's say you have put money in a fixed deposit and you are just, because you had some surplus, the money was kept in fixed deposit. And about 3 months have passed, there is this festive season. In Kolkata, we are talking about Durga Puja has come in and there are a lot of offers that are going on. Mobile phone, your mobile phone is slightly gone old. It's not that it's not functioning, but it's gone a little old. There are offers there. There's a buyback offer. The latest model has come and you anyway have fixed deposit which is there. How many of you all will be tempted to replace your phone? Please put your hands up, honestly. Okay, so we had few people putting up saying that there's a good offer and there's this buyback offer and there's this festive season. And Okay, now same question. If you have thought that that money in fixed deposit is to give your parents or your child a gift. So if it's your parents on their 25th wedding anniversary, you have put that FD for your parents, giving a gift to your parents on their 25th wedding anniversary or to your child or somebody. And you are going to earn some more bonus after 6 months. And you anyway have to give gift after a year. And 3 months later, that offer has come. How many of you all will break that fixed deposit, which is to give gift to your parents on their 25th wedding anniversary and purchase a phone? Just 2 people will still break it. Others will not break that fixed deposit. See the commitment? And the moment you have done this activity with your parents, the commitment is much, or with your family, the commitment is much larger. I will talk about and touch upon the concepts of financial planning, but these are basic things that we need to do. It is very important that financial planning is a family affair. It's not one person planning. Financial planning is done in more comprehensive manner. Financial planning is done to enjoy the wealth which has been created. It's not money which is going to give you happiness. It's the things that you do with money probably can give you happiness, but that will not be the only thing. There are not many other things that you need to look at. And look at wealth in much more comprehensive manner. Because that's what is going to give you happiness. That's what you are doing. You're working hard for what? Happiness. You're acquiring money for what? Happiness. But if you're not doing that, what's the point in having that? Look at it in a more comprehensive manner, more pious manner. Scriptures talk about pious and impious wealth. Brilliant. I mean, I don't know if there are many other scriptures who would talk about it, but what they are saying is pious wealth is wealth earned legitimately. And they're saying morally right, not necessarily legally right. So there could be a casino which could be legal in some parts of the world, but the casino owner is always, because gambling is going on. There could be a slaughterhouse owner. Slaughtering is legal and you can be doing it, but that person is seeing everyday blood, flesh, is not going to have that peaceful mind. Look at, are you destroying or damaging the entire universe? Are you destroying the nature? You're not going to have. So earn in a pious manner. If you have earned wealth in a manner by manipulation, so if a teacher has said to a student that if you don't take my tuitions, you will fail. If a doctor who could cure a patient with the help of medicine performed a surgery. If a financial planner sold, or a mutual fund distributor sold a particular mutual fund scheme because he was earning more commission, that's not pious and that's not going to give you happiness. So look at that. So look at wealth in a manner which will, my entire discussion is about enjoying the wealth that you have. All your financial plans are about enjoyment, happiness. It's about something that gives you peace of mind. If your investments are giving you anxiety, there is some mismatch. If your investments are getting into a situation whereby you are having this anxiety about buy, sell, hold, there is something wrong with it. You've probably done something which is not in your interest. You've probably done something which is the interest of somebody else. So look at it in that manner. But after deciding your financial goals, Mr. Rao already spoke about contingency fund that I spoke earlier in Chennai, and unfortunately, that came out to be true, where I said that yes, contingency fund should be kept. Little bit of that should be kept in form of cash at home. Please do that. You can be putting balance amount in savings bank linked to fixed deposit. And if you have more contingency fund, you can look at liquid funds. Perfectly fine. But please look at small amount, about a week's reserve or a 15 days reserve in form of cash at home. Because if there is a situation like Chennai, few years ago, Mumbai had that situation, 26 July. Next day morning, if you want to purchase milk and vegetables, and if ATM machines are submerged, can it help? It won't help. So please keep certain amount of money in form of cash at home. This is only for emergency. Last day of sari sale is not an emergency. Okay? This money, you're not looking at returns. This money, you are not looking at inflation. You're not looking at tax benefit. And ensure all members of family are aware of it. This is another situation that we have where family members are not aware of it. And don't do that. In fact, me and my wife, we go on, after 23 years of marriage, on financial date every quarter. Still that romance remains, but money comes in, but it's still okay. We still go on financial date. And I have a daughter who's 13 years old, and we involve her now as well. Gujarati, so, money comes pretty naturally. It's a Gujarati and in finance line and Banya community. So it's like, when daughter was 8 years old, she had a SIP. She started investing in recurring deposit. When she was 12 days old, I opened a bank account. In fact, something, lot many times I have people who come and ask me, what is the right age to expose children to banking, finance and all? And you know what my stance, sorry? 12 days. Sir, I completely agree, because even if not at 12 days, my answer is that one day prior to taking your child to shopping mall. Isn't that true? Nobody ever comes and asks me, Gaurav, what is the right age to take child to shopping mall? But what is it? मतलब वो बच्चा जो है, जो बालक जो है, वो शॉपिंग मॉल में जाने से बिगड़ेगा नहीं, बैंक में जाने से प्रॉब्लम है. So don't do that. Just involve your kids. You may do various activities. If I have my talk time left, and I tried purchasing some recharge vouchers, but it didn't work. So if my talk time is left, I'll probably talk about certain activities that you can do with your children, where you can teach them concepts of money without actually using money per se. But going back to financial date, go and review. Let all members of family be aware. And how can that happen? When you have their commitment. And that's why that photograph and naming that. But do that. So contingency fund, all members of family should be aware. After that, health insurance. Now when it comes to health insurance, how much time do I have, sir? 5 minutes? Okay. So when it comes to health insurance, lot many times when it comes to salaried people, I have that, they're saying that my employer is giving me cover. Brilliant. And then I ask them, what kind of cover is it? Limited, unlimited? How do you claim that? Is it cashless? Is your family aware of it? And very rarely I find a situation whereby salaried individuals have gone to their HR department and said, please give us complete information. And even after they have it, they have shared it with their family members. What's the point in having that health insurance cover? Even if you have taken health insurance policy on your own, how many people have health insurance in the audience? Please put your hands up. Brilliant. Thank you. I'm happy. How many of y'all are certain that your spouses and other family members are equally capable enough of claiming that money when there is a problem? See the amount of hands. Such less number of hands go up. Thank you, sir. Thank you to all of them who are saying that their family members are aware of it. What's the point in having that health insurance policy? To put it in file or to claim Section 80D deduction, is it? No, it's the same thing that happens when it comes to life insurance. I'm very, very clear now with my so many years of experience that most Indians die in the month of February and March. Aren't most life insurance policies bought in the month of February and March? Which means most of us die in the month of February and March. Why do we purchase life insurance? To save tax. Yes? Or second reason, my neighbor's elder daughter became insurance agent. My colleague's wife became insurance agent. Uska target khatam karna hai. So life insurance is bought either to complete somebody else's target or to get tax benefit. Life insurance is never bought with a concern that if I die, my family will have a problem, and hence, so it's never purchased to cover the financial loss that a family will suffer. Trust me, life insurance is not life insurance, it's a death insurance. And it's an insurance against the risk that family suffers against. In fact, it should not be called life insurance. It should be called death insurance. But if I was to come on the podium and say that please go home and purchase death insurance from Death Insurance Corporation of India Limited, Economic Times will not call me next time. But life insurance, that's why only the earning members of the family whose death is a financial loss require life insurance. Life insurance currently in India is investment product. If later on the expenses come down, please look at it. That's one more vehicle that's possible. After that, we come to loans. And I'm not against loans, but I was talking in Baroda, and मैंने प्रश्न पूछा कि लोन का मतलब क्या है, and somebody from audience got up and said लोन को उल्टा कर दो, न लो. Yes? So I'm not against loan. Please take it. If you're staying in a rented premises, please take a loan, pay EMI, own the house. If somebody is critically ill in the family, we can't say 2 साल रुक जाओ bypass के लिए SIP से पैसा इकट्ठा कर देता. It doesn't work like that. But get out of it as soon as possible. There's this brilliant TV interview going on. Anchor was interviewing a devil, a demon. And he asked a demon, what is the cruelest thing that you've ever done? And demon said, that's my job. I mean, I just create orphans, young widows, Holocaust. So Anchor said, no, something that sends shiver. So the devil said that world war and terrorism and all sorts of things. And Anchor says, no, something that you take pride as a devil, as a demon. It's a feather in your cap. And this demon thinks for some time, and then he smiles, and then that sprinkle in his eyes, and he says that, oh, I invented credit card. Yes. So, taking a loan for education, taking a loan for house to stay in. If somebody is ill, perfectly fine. But don't get into a situation where you become slave of money. So many times people become slave of money because they have this burden of loan. I had this classic case where husband and wife, very well placed in a foreign bank, and so just before their marriage, they said that we'll set up our own house, took a loan, and bought a house. And then they took a home loan, and they took a loan, and then they did interiors. And after a few years, they took a loan and had a car and 1 or 2 vacations because the careers were doing fine, good salary was coming. And then the husband was transferred to other city. So wife was in Delhi, husband was same bank, to Hyderabad, some call center. And so he was heads, very, very senior position. And for 1 year, they've been staying like this. So every weekend they fly. Why? Because both of them have this loan from a bank. Now, they need an institution which will give both of them A, a job, B, in same city, C, will take over the loan. Till such time, they are slave of money. Don't do that. Don't have loan which will make you slave. Take a loan, you need it, but just be careful. And then we come to investment. So investment comes little late. It's important, but only after you have looked at goal setting, contingency fund, health insurance, life insurance, handled loan in a manner which it should be, and thereafter you come to investments. And my speakers before me have spoken a lot about investments. There's just few things that I added about was that look at it in a manner whereby it's aligned to your goals, your condition, and that's why mind will create an havoc, and hence start dealing with that mind, because otherwise you're not going to enjoy wealth. I spoke about various emotions that arise in mind, various things we end up. In fact, apart from a list of goals that you have, make one more list of things that we have. Our goals are things that we want, but another list you should make is list of things that we have. All of you all here confirm that you have enough money for food, clothing, and shelter. So after that, if you want to enjoy wealth, make list of things that you have. Invariably, we end up making list of things that we don't have. And that's what creates problem. In fact, we go on a step ahead and we make list of things which others have and we don't have. That's not going to give you happiness. Make list of things that you have. If others at all want to make list of things you have and don't have, that's their problem. They didn't come to listen to this lecture, their problem. But please make list of that will give you happiness. Look at wealth in a much more comprehensive manner. Wealth which gives you happiness. Wealth which gives you bliss. Wealth which entire family enjoys. Wealth doesn't make you slave. And it's a much more comprehensive wealth that we are talking about. This entire activity, ET Money Gurukul, is about ensuring that investors enjoy wealth. It's not about making money, it's about managing in a manner which is beneficial to you, which will give you peace of mind. So I end up with again something which scriptures talk about, and they talk about wealth which is anpagaminam, and it's in Sanskrit word, so I'm going to struggle to translate into English, but I pray God that all of you all have wealth which is anpagaminam. What does it mean, wealth? Lakshmi, which comes to your place and does not have legs after that. I mean, it's a translation, so in Sanskrit it's much more holistic, but what it means is that once it comes to your place, it doesn't have legs, so will never go. Will not go after 1 decade, will not go after 5 decades, will not go after 1 generation. It will just never go. Wealth will stay with you. Goddess Lakshmi will stay with you. And my prayers to God that all of you all have wealth which is anpagaminam. Thank you very much.